Hi everyone, this is Men's here playing the Tier 8 British medium tank, the Centurion Mk here on Winter Himmelsdorf Encounter Battle. Now, encounter a little bit hard with this tank because it's fairly large, not a lot of armor, and seeing that there are some nasty Tier 9s on the other team, I have to be a little careful. But I do have to keep in mind that if we lose the hill, pretty much you're guaranteed to lose if you lose the hill in this map and game mode combined. So I'm more likely not going to head up there unless if absolutely nobody heads down to the bottom part of the map near the flag.
Move out.
But just looking at things, it looks like there's at least that light tank handed down, which to me you only need maybe like 2 people down at the bottom. It's best to have everybody up top so you can take out the enemy and then reset the cap. Now, it doesn't always work if you have absolutely nobody down there, but as long as if you have somebody to reset the flag, you'll be fine. So see if anybody's gonna pop up over here, but it doesn't look like it. Shit, that T-20 got whacked. Now we have our whole team on the flag here. This is gonna hurt. If he actually, yeah, of course he hits me. Now we have our entire team, so we should be able to take them. Whether or not that actually happens, don't really know. At least we got this guy, and he used his repair kit up. But we should be able to do quite a bit of damage to him. Just wanna a nice shot. I still have HP, so I can afford to take a hit or so. They're starting to push though, so I'm just gonna go for it. Wanted to switch things up in case if somebody was aiming at me from over here. I saw he was aiming at me, but I was hoping to get a shot off. Which I'm actually going to turn around and head the other way, since we have plenty of people heading north over to the enemy. I'm just going to come over here and help out this Pershing. Now, just judging by where the enemy is, it'll be better for me to take a slightly longer route to get to where that Ferdinand is instead of heading in that first route that I passed there. Now, this is going to be a pretty easy win because pretty much whoever wins the hill wins, because the hill overlooks most of the map to begin with. The only thing it can't hit is right next to the flag near those little buildings, but as long as if the enemy doesn't plop everyone on the cap and stall you on the hill, you'll have a pretty easy chance. Gotta be careful. There he is. Oh shit, there's a frickin' object there. That is the one tank I did not want to see, but at least I tracked him. So yes, I'm going to be running towards the Ferdinand, but I don't want to be stuck back there with that object. So I'm just going to keep on running here. Don't know if he's gonna, there he is. So let's say if he's gonna continue going up, or yeah, he's gonna pull back. He just got that really lucky shot off at the end, so I'm one-shottable, which kind of sucks. And now he decides to push up. Great. I thought he was just gonna keep inching back, but what the hell? Guess he has nothing really to loot. But the main problem with the Centurion is it's freaking large as hell. So you're going to be pretty much penetrated and hit by anything that has an aiming circle on you. Now, your turret front is a little strong, but it's not going to stop most tier 8 and up tanks, since they can either use premium rounds or just go right through you anyway. So overall, pretty decent match though. 1,401 damage, destroyed 2 tanks, decent amount of experience, and I blocked a little bit of damage and spotted for a little bit as well. Now, the main thing about the Centurion, yes, large, poorly armored, but its gun is really reliable. It has a good rate of fire, damage, accuracy, and the penetration on it for a tier 8 medium tank is really reliable for its standard rounds, so you don't need much, if any, APCR. I just carry them just in case if I run into a really tough tier 10 or a tank of really thick armor that's not sloped. In that case, the APCR does come in handy with the added penetration you get, but it is really expensive to fire it, and just your normal AP rounds are a little bit expensive for the amount of damage they do. So you really want to make sure you hit your shots and make sure you can penetrate them. Now, in a tier 10 match like this, you're kind of screwed. You're already poorly armored, and once you move up against a lot of tier 9 and 10 tanks, you don't have a lot of HP, and your size and lack of armor really come to hurt you. Now, your gun is still reliable, but you're not going to be able to damage a lot of the heavier tanks reliably at long range, which is where you need to fight at in these high tier matches. So it really does make the Centurion a difficult tank to play, because you can basically be taken out by 2 shots really quickly in a match. Now, a lot of people sit at these rocks, which isn't a bad spot, but since there's no artillery, I'm going to be hanging a little bit further back here just to try to use the hill to my advantage. I want to be able to support these guys if they push up hard, but I don't want to be close enough to where I am a primary target for the enemy team. Okay, I'm not going to be able to hit him. I don't know why RT-54 just kind of rushed out and died for no reason. But our entire team looks like it's kind of doing that. Here's a Leopard 1. I don't really have a shot on him, unfortunately. Okay, they're pushing pretty heavily up that right side. I'm going to have to move over that way. Even though our KV-4 is going down, this is not shaping up to be a good match. Hopefully the enemy just keeps throwing tanks at us, because it's the only way we're going to be able to come back here. Should be able to get a quick shot off on this guy. Unfortunately though, he was a little bit angled. Okay, I'm gonna go for it because that side's starting to fail a little bit. Let's just push ahead a little bit. Get into these little buildings here. Yeah, now we're gonna have to turn to fight these guys down here in the pit. I don't want our tanks just dying here for no reason, so I'm gonna come down and help. Yeah, nice shot, T-49. Shit, I need to save him. I don't know why he frickin' rushed out there. He was gonna get nailed. But I'm trying to frickin' save my teammates here, but I don't think it's gonna work. he dodged that shot. And come on. Yeah, we're pretty much fucked. Unfortunately, there's not much I can do here. Except for hope he pops out and I can get a shot off on him.
Gotcha. We're done for. Everyone get out.
Yeah, matches like that, I thought about pushing to the enemy cap, but I knew they still had a couple tanks back there that would have been able to just kill me anyway before I could do anything. But matches like this, the Centurion really shows its weakness because it's not bad at any specific area, but it's not good enough in any one area to really be able to help your team in a lot of ways. You're just a glorified support tank because even though you're a medium tank, you're not necessarily good at doing many things medium tanks do because you're not terribly fast, you don't have any armor, say like the M26 Pershing has really good frontal turret armor, and you're really large on your hull and with the turret on top as well, makes you a pretty big target. So you're really just a support medium tank, which doesn't exactly work too well in most matches, especially when your team's doing bad. And the result of that is what you see here. So, not a great match. I only did 206 damage and freaking lost a ton of credits. I just bounced a lot of shells, missed, and didn't really do anything. Okay, so we have a winner Himmelsdorf encounter again. At least this time there's no tier 9s, but there is more artillery, and I'm on the northern side, which I usually find the southern side works out a little bit better than the north. It's just my luck. Other people might have different opinions or results. No, you just don't need to kill a TD, you need to win the match. The whole individual mission thing, I don't blame Wargaming for how they implemented the individual missions. I blame the idiots who think that they need to complete them right away to get their tank or the prize or whatever. You have freaking a long time to be able to do it. They're going to be around for at least a half a year, if not longer. Wargaming most likely is going to add more individual mission tank rewards, but they might keep the old ones in place and not remove them. But regardless, you're going to have at least half a year to complete them, so don't go frickin' ruining matches for other people and yourself by just focusing on destroying a tank destroyer or doing something specific that doesn't help you win. But people will be people though. There's actually not a ton of people on the hill. We should be able to play this pretty aggressively. Now, should and will are two different things. There is that TD there. And their arty also can hit me here if they have lined up correctly. Yeah, there's nobody there. We're going to be able to just roll right over them. Okay, I'm done. Oh, thanks, person. Follow right behind me. That's always a good idea. If you can't tell, I was being very sarcastic too, because following right behind somebody, especially when you pretty much know they're going to stop and pull back, is not a good idea in any regard. I'm actually gonna head this way. Everyone's gonna swarm that T-28. Borsig might be here, but I'm going to take a little bit of a gamble. And I do want to head south, though. There's way too many fast tanks further up north for me to be able to survive up there before the other heavy tanks get to me. Maybe I will head this way, though. Just need to be careful rounding this corner here.
Enemy armor is hit.
Don't want to be caught out in open. Okay, are you gonna... Thanks. I knew he had to get out there, but he was just enough in my way to where that was a little annoying. Yeah, I'm not gonna have a shot on it even if I destroy the train. Okay, let's get this M12 over here.
Great shot.
Oh yeah, I probably hit the one area that I could not damage him at. We do have this Tiger 2 over here, where unfortunately these things are capable of stopping my shot.
Didn't penetrate their armor.
I'm not gonna go fight that Tiger 2 directly on like that. I'm gonna pop back here and focus on taking out these smaller tanks that can shift the tide in the favor of the enemy team. Oh, nice job. This is T69 here. Okay, he's just gonna keep on going. Okay, he at least fired once, so he's not gonna be able to kill me with his clip. But I don't think that's going to be a problem with how many people we're going to have on him here in a second. Let's just take him out there. So in a match like this, where you don't get shot a ton of times, you're not a huge target, Centurion does work out well with its very reliable gun, but compared to the match before this, they're on two opposite ends of the spectrum. And overall, decent match, 1,115 damage, 2 destroyed tanks, decent amount of experience, and not much else. But these 3 matches here really do show you a good showing of what the Centurion does actually play like. You're not going to get tons of matches where you completely light up the enemy team and you survive and whatnot, because the Centurion is a very large tank and you're going to be struggling to find cover. Now, just comparing it to a different tank, I don't have a T-44, but T-54 is similar in size. You can see how large the Centurion is actually compared to, say, the Russian medium tanks, and just comparing it to the M26 Pershing, it's also a lot larger than M26 Pershing. The Pershing actually has armor on the front of its tank. So the Centurion definitely is a different medium tank to play. And the Tier 9 Centurion is a different matter because it actually has a decent amount of hull armor. And the turret, it's still alright, nothing spectacular. But for the Tier 8 Centurion Mark 1, it is difficult. But that 20-pounder gun is all around a great gun. It's just on a very bad platform to be able to use. So anyway, thanks for watching my video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out my website, wotguru.com.